Hi everyone and welcome back to the Crafty Maker podcast. So this is a podcast all about knitting and crochet and living a crafty life as a crafty maker. So you can find me here on YouTube as the Crafty Maker podcast. Forgot to mention my name's Katie. Hi. You can find me over on Ravelry as KTG19892. And you can find me on Instagram as KatieWinwood89, all one word. So, it's been a few weeks since obviously I've podcasted last. It's been a crazy few weeks. Sorry, let's just grab you at the glare, that's a bit better. So yeah, it's been a crazy few weeks, the last couple of weeks, because my laptop broke and Easter half term was here and we've had bank holidays and stuff off work, but yeah, it's been crazy, but we're getting back to normal now. So even though I've had 5 weeks off podcasting, it's not actually looked like I've done anything. Well, I have done stuff. I've got several whips and I did have several finished objects, but obviously I've finished them all off and given them away, because I was making some toys and stuff for some charity work that I was doing. I do apologise if you can see the glare up here. This is my only time to podcast, and I try and normally podcast a bit later on in the evening because obviously I have a young child and it just doesn't work sometimes, and it's 10 to 4 at the moment, so I have to podcast when I get time. Right, so for my finished things this episode, I have a pair of socks that I finished. As you can see, where my marker was is where I was last time when I showed you these. I did finish them pretty quickly after the last episode, but I finished them, haven't even woven the ends in or anything like that, and then just put them down because I had other things that I needed to do. So yeah, they're finished. Yay, new socks for me. And as I said, I did have some little amigurumi toys that I'd crocheted for work, but it wasn't happening. I've had to give them all, and so far, touch wood, they've all sold, which is awesome news. It's raising money for kids with cancer, which is always great. So yeah, next on whips is probably the one that you have seen before. This is in my Nelly Welly Rick Rack Room bag, sorry, not Nelly Welly. These are still at the same point where I was last time. My Drops Fable socks. This one I'm not even going to bother trying to get it out because it's just all tangled. So yeah, Grundle number 2 in their grey colour, and this is Drops Fable in the long, I can't remember what the colour number is. What's the colour number? 604, there you go. But that's the long print, so it means the stripes are a bit chunkier. So can you see? There you go. Going to be a nice pair of socks for me for in the winter. So yeah, that's that. Haven't really touched them since I cast on the second sock and then kind of put it down and haven't touched it since. So yeah, that is that's one thing. Next is, you haven't seen this. You haven't seen these yet because obviously if you follow me on Instagram you probably have, because I took an Instagram photo of them. But yeah, these are another pair of socks, and you've seen this yarn before because I've shown it on the podcast. So this is the Grundle Hot Socks print in colour 509, and it's just white with loads of like bright neon colours. So yeah, I've knit these on 2 different needles, well, they're both the same needles but they're 2 different brands. So one looks a bit different than the other, but I don't mind. So yeah, this one is on a Chogu, and obviously it's spiraled and pulled. This one's on a Knit Pro Carbon, and it hasn't. But they're going to be sisters, not twins. That doesn't bother me. They're going to be in my shoes anyway. Nobody's going to see them. But yeah, my Knit Pro Carbons, I did buy them new because I needed another pair of sock needles because I was running out, and having 3 isn't a great idea to knit a pair of socks on. So again, this is another new whip that I haven't mentioned on the podcast before. It's even yarn I haven't mentioned on the podcast yet. So I had a nice parcel from eBay, a lady who's doing a de-stash. The glare is so real. But this is 3 Irish girls in the Smoke on the Water colourway. Yeah, this is beautiful. 75% merino, 25% nylon. I had this as part of a de-stash. Didn't come with a label, but I don't mind, and it came pre-wound, so one less job for me to do. And then this one, which is going with it, is the West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply in colour 309. There you go. This is actually called Peppermint if you look it up on the internet. And I am knitting I can't find my pattern, but I will put it in the show notes. And I'm in the middle of a row because typical. Let me get myself situated. But this is the Lavetta shawl. So it's an asymmetrical triangle shawl on the bias. So you knit one way here and you increase over this way, and it makes a nice triangle shape. So it will go this way, it'll go that way. So, you know, I need to go and get another ball of this because the yardage that I had wasn't quite sufficient. But I've really enjoyed knitting on it. It's the Lavetta shawl by Amber O'Brien. Brilliant little pattern. You know, it's if you're comfortable working with stitch markers and doing she calls them a CCD, but basically it's a slip knit and pass the 2 stitches over, but it's called a CDD, a central double decrease. It's a thingy to make like a mitered square. Sometimes you can use them, but yeah, if you're comfortable doing like KFBs, and it's all garter, so you're just knitting backwards and forwards. I think it's a great little project for anybody that doesn't like purling, because you only do 1 purl stitch every other row, which is great. But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying it at the moment. I was getting a bit of I needed to cast on a shawl, because since I finished my Spindrift shawl, I needed another shawl on the needles. And then finally, for my last whip, is, if you remember last episode, even though it's been a while, I had brought 2 big massive 400 I put my teeth in. I brought on the last episode I brought 2 400-gram skeins of Hayfield bonus with wool. Well, it's with wool, but it's Aran weight. And I mentioned that I was going to cast on a flax sweater. So it looks huge. It's probably because it is huge. This is an Aran weight, or worsted if you're in America. This wasn't a thing last podcast, and you can see by how much I've done. I've already separated for the sleeves, and then I've done probably about 1.5 inches on the body since I last picked it up, which was about 2 weeks ago. That's how much I've done. Also, if you're wondering, my stitch markers, these are currently available in my shop. They're little baubles, glass baubles with cute little stars in. Stop focusing on my face. There you go. But yeah, I've got all kinds of different coloured ones. I've got glow in the dark ones which are coming soon. I just need to put them on the shop. And yeah, you know, it's a great jumper pattern. I really love Tin Can Knits patterns anyway. They're really well written, and yeah, they're great. The flax jumper is a free pattern anyway. It's part of their, it's like a beginner set, so they've got like a jumper, a cardigan, they've got a couple of hats, some socks, some mittens, all in one big bundle. So yeah, great pattern. Always love a good Tin Can Knits patterns. Right, and I've been very naughty and I brought a basket full of yarn, and I don't even care. So I needed some more grey, because as you saw with my socks, I'd only got that little bit left. I should, hopefully, she says, have enough to do the heel. No, I might need some more grundle. I don't think I'm going to have enough to do both heels and both toes in that little, I think there's about 20 grams left. So I went and got some Truly Woolrich from Signet. This is in the colour 130, Dove Grey. And this, if you want cheap sock yarn, is about £3 off the internet. It's great value for money. It's really soft, and it's your normal superwash wool, 75% wool, 25% nylon. And these guys do the bigger skeins, the 100 gram skeins, and they do them like fair oil. So I've actually got a couple of those, and they will be turned into socks in the next few weeks. Excuse me. After that, I purchased some Lang yarns. This one's in just like a beigey, it's like a taupey beige colour. There you go. In colour 442. Again, this was about £3. So I can definitely get at least 3 pairs out of a 50 gram skein, which is what this is. And these guys, they come with a little reinforcement yarn, which I think is awesome. See if I can find it. So if you do have problems, obviously you get holes in your socks and things like that, it comes with like a little skein of reinforcement yarn in the same colour, so it matches, and that was just inside the skein. But yeah, this is the same, 75% virgin superwash wool, and yeah, 25% polyamide. So pop that back in later. Speaking of West Yorkshire spinners, I went to my local yarn shop a few weeks ago and purchased this bad boy. Sorry, the glare. So this is their signature 4-ply. This is colour, there you go, 999. So this is colour 999, and I didn't realise this, but this was a limited edition colourway, because this was for Yarn Shop Day last year, for 2017. I actually missed Yarn Shop Day this year. I was gutted. I had to stay in with Harry and do some housework, and by the time I'd actually done all the stuff I needed to do, the shop had shut. So I was gutted, absolutely gutted, that I couldn't go, because it would have been a fun day out. And obviously where I live, there's only one proper yarn shop where you can get stuff like this. So yeah, these are going to be a fun pair of socks soon, hopefully. Second to last in the basket is from a company that I'd never purchased from before, and I really had a pleasant experience with them. I ordered this a few weeks ago on the Tuesday, and it was here by the Friday, so it was like not next day delivery, but you know, it was fairly quick delivery. and yeah, they sent me an email when it had been dispatched, you know, usual spiel, and then I had an email again asking if I'd received it, and you know, so on and so forth. But this is probably a brand you've seen on Etsy. This is Socks Yeah by Coop Knits. This is colour 109 in, come on focus, there you go, low light. And this, you're probably not going to be able to see because the glare is blowing it out a little bit. There you go. That's about right, to be fair. But it's a beautiful, like, dark tealy blue. And, you know, it's got like a very subtle undercolour. Sorry, excuse the brightness. There we go. So yeah, it's got a very subtle, like, pink and yellow, like, undertone to it. But it's beautiful yarn. It's very soft. It's 75% fine superwash merino wool and 25% nylon. Yeah, you know, it's going to be a pair of socks, I'm presuming, or it's going to be, I am thinking, come on, focus, there we go. I am thinking of knitting the Changes shawl by Mina Phillip. So I might buy some more of these because she does wonderful tonals, where I had this from, and use these instead of minis, because the Changes shawl, you need 200 gram skeins and then 20 mini-gram skeins. So this is 50 grams. I might buy a few more tonals and maybe some speckles and use these instead and just not do as many. But I'm undecided yet. So, and then finally, my bargain of the century. I was perusing eBay one afternoon when I was actually looking to get some more Adria fill, which is this yarn, because it's good sock yarn and I'm quite heavy on my feet, so I need, you know, merino is not going to last that long. I was looking for some BFL as well and I couldn't find any. But yeah, I was perusing on eBay and I typed in sock yarn and I found some beautiful yarn. It is completely 100% my colours. So much, I love this yarn so much that I'd sent Hannah of the Corner Craft an email going, look what I've brought, you would love these. So if she's got any left, go and buy some, because it's awesome. And I had brought, oh look at that. The colours are actually pretty much spot on at the moment. That though, with the darker speckling, oh, it's beautiful. So basically it's a grey with the natural cream colour and this beautiful blue. It's like a peacock blue and the purple. Should we just unravel the skein? Why not? So yeah, these are all my colours pretty much. There you go. Oh, look at that. Oh, beautiful. And so yeah, this one is 75% merino, 25% nylon. So I was like, oh, this is really soft. You know, it's beautiful yarn. And yeah, and then I picked up the other skein because I brought two. I was like, why is this so much softer? Why is this different? And I didn't realise it's exactly the same colourway. Looks pretty much exactly the same, apart from some of this blue looks lighter. And then I looked at the tag and realised, oh crap, it's a different base. So this is 80% merino, 10% nylon and 10% cashmere. So it's my first MCN and I'm so happy, and I was like, I need to put this against my face. But yeah, if I haven't mentioned, Shawnee's Yarnies on Etsy, and she's also over on Facebook. And yeah, she's from Eastbourne in England. Not, it's a fair way off from me, but it's not. It's about 2 hours away in the car, which isn't too bad. So yeah, Shawnee's Yarnies, and I just want to sit with this. I want to go to sleep with it because I've never had. I didn't really. This is probably my first ever proper hand dyed, and hadn't really got into, like, I'd used merino before, and I've used angora and stuff, but yeah, never had an MCN. So it was a nice surprise anyway. And it was dirt cheap. You know, normally here in the UK, a hand dyed yarn's about 15 quid, 20 quid, something like that. I had both of these for £12. What? Shut the front door. £12 for an MCN and a merino nylon. So these are going to be a beautiful shawl at some point. So yeah, that is all for today. I don't really have anything else that I've been knitting on. I don't have any more yarn coming. I can't really afford any more yarn. Yeah, it's been a fun couple of weeks, the last few weeks. You know, we've had a lot of changes in our life the last 4 weeks or so. Obviously we had Easter with Harry, and you know, we had a new car because our car broke down. My dishwasher broke down, so I had to go and get a new dishwasher. I've obviously broke my laptop, so that's currently being fixed at the moment. But yeah, I'm trying to not let life get me down at the moment, because I'm not unhappy per se. You know, I love my job. You know, I love doing this podcast, even though I'm only 3rd episode in. You know, it spurs me to make the things that I have got, to make them better. So, you know, I wouldn't have ever knit a shawl as quick as I did after the first episode, because I wanted something to show on the podcast that was finished. And to be honest, I cut a few rows out because I'd buggered it up. I'm not gonna lie, I'd miscounted, and I thought I'd got more stitches than I had, so I had to fluff it. But you know, it still worked out fine. It's still a beautiful shawl. You know, it's going to keep me warm in the winter, which is what it's there for. Obviously the same with this shawl. You know, when I finish this, it's going to keep me warm, and that's what matters. So yeah, I wanted to pop on and have a little discussion, because in my personal life at the moment things haven't been great. I'm having some problems with an issue that I don't really want to talk about. you know, because it involves my son and it's really upset me, but it's kind of affecting my day-to-day life. And obviously me and Ian have had to cut back a lot on spending time together, and you know, with him working sporadic shifts because Ian's a bar manager, so he doesn't work a set rota like I do. I can always guarantee when I'm working because I work in a school and in a pub, but I have a set rota, and obviously he doesn't because his job's more important than mine. I'm just a lowly associate, as they say. But yeah, life's been really getting me down the last few months, and you know, I'm not really surprised at the way a few things have turned out. You know, it's just been a waiting game trying to get everything to fall back into a place that's, you know, that's workable for everybody. So yeah, I will mention I was having a discussion with Ian about where I want my podcast to obviously go, because it's not been, the last 4 weeks, it's not been a major priority because obviously I've had other things to do. But I was thinking of setting up a Facebook group because I was watching String Theory podcast the other day, and I love Ravelry, I do, but I find that as a person before becoming a podcaster, if I'd post a question in a forum about something, I wouldn't always get like an immediate response, and with Facebook you kind of do. You know, it's a more accessible platform to be on. You know, don't get me wrong, Ravelry is amazing. It's the amount of people and designers and people on there that you can get a response from. You know, it's awesome. But it's, you know, if I had a problem with a pattern, I could post it in said Facebook group and, you know, have a fairly immediate response, because I think that's going to work out better for me than a Ravelry group. I'm not 100% though, I'm still on the fence about it, but we shall see. And yes, I am knitting, if you didn't know, because this is another thing that someone's asked to see how I knit. There you go. I can knit continental, but I am a English flicker. I haven't always knit like this. I suppose we can talk about knitting now. Haven't always knit like this. I was a thrower when I first learned how to knit, and then I taught myself continental, and then I was watching Very Pink Knits, which is Stacey Perry, who, by the way, if you're ever stuck on anything to do with the pattern, with the technique, anything like that, she's probably got a video on it, because she's an awesome knitting teacher. And her style of knitting, she's a flicker. And I thought, oh, I quite like the look of that, because I was struggling with speed and cramp in my hand and stuff. And yeah, I gradually, about 18 months ago, 2 years ago, taught myself how to flick, just by watching her videos, how she tensioned her yarn and things. And yeah, I picked it up. I haven't always been I'm not the fastest knitter in the world, I'm not going to lie, but I can get a decent amount of speed behind me. And you know, I don't have to look at my knitting when it's stuff like garter, because I can feel how the stitches are. But things like lace and stuff, which I still haven't successfully managed to knit, you know, I need to look at, kind of. So yeah, if you have any questions, or you know, you have any suggestions for the podcast, such as the, you know, like the Facebook group, I am thinking of starting to probably like live stream. I just need to get a better webcam than what I've already got. And yeah, you know, I will pop links for all the patterns that I've used, and obviously all the yarns that I've brought and where I brought them from, and yeah, show podcast notes will be all over on Ravelry, same as with episode 1 and 2. Yeah, any questions, don't be afraid to leave a comment or send me a message on Ravelry, or you know, a message on Ravelry or Instagram. You know, I'm always available to ask and answer any questions if anybody's got any. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and we shall see you on the next episodes. Bye.